Hi, and thanks for joining me for the class today. So today's class is particularly focused on strengthening into our shoulders and our upper body region. So we're going to do a range of exercise sequences during the class. For some of those exercises, we have the option of using the resistance band if you want to, but equally you can do the exercises without if you prefer. So we're going to start the class in standing and warm up, and then we're going to come down into 4-point kneeling, then into sitting, and then onto our backs. So I hope you enjoy the class today. Remember, always work to a level that you feel comfortable with, because most importantly, we want you to enjoy it. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to begin in standing. I've got my band nearby just to use in a minute, so if you have that ready on your mat as well, if you're using it. So we're going to bring our toes apart and those heels apart, so those feet at that hip width distance. Just to start with, we're going to transfer that weight onto the fronts of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just nice and slowly forwards and back, just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements, so that weight's going nice and evenly down through your feet. Knees are nice and soft, so not locked back. Hands up onto your pelvis, very gently. We're going to tilt the pelvis forward and then tilting it back. So just a gentle movement forwards and back, just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements, so getting that nice and neutral position. Fantastic. Those ribs are soft, collarbones nice and wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there. Okay, so we're just going to warm up our arms into our feet with our Y stretch. So we're going to reach our hands up and then lower back down. So thumb leading, reach those arms up, a little bit wider than those shoulders, and drop back down. Good, and again, reaching up and down. Now make sure those ribs are staying connected, we're not letting them flare as we reach those arms up and down. Now if you can, we're going to come up onto those toes at the same time, and then back down. Well done, and again, reaching up and down. Good, and again, lifting up and floating down. Well done, and again, reaching up and down. Good, and down. Well done, last few. Good, reaching up and down one last time. And floating these arms back down, well done. Okay, so we're going to move through our upper body a little bit more, and we're going to float our hands up to shoulder height. And we go into our toy soldier here. So we're going to raise one hand this time, and then lower back down. Opposite arm, and down, well done. And again, reaching up and down. Good. So again, still thinking about those ribs, not letting them flare, keeping that connection to that center. So raising up and down. Now let's add in our opposite heel raise and switching over. And again, it's really important to keep that pelvis nice and level with this exercise as we're moving through each side. Well done. Just breathing in and out, not holding your breath. Very good. Well done. Lovely. Last few. And one more each side. And then just floating those arms back down. Well done. Relaxing those shoulders. Okay, so we're going to work into our shoulders a little bit more with our shoulder row here. So we're going to float our hands up to shoulder height, and then we're going to bring those elbows back into that shoulder roll and move forward. Breathe out. Good, and forward. Good, and again. Pull those arms back, reaching them forward. And again, pulling those arms back, reaching forward. So imagine you're pulling something toward you, reaching forwards again to release it back. Good, and again, reaching back. Good, let's do 5 more. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. And then relaxing those arms back down. Well done, relaxing those shoulders. Okay, so if you've got the band, we can just grab that now. And I'm going to place the band in the middle of the band on the floor, so I can just stand on it here with my feet. So I'm just going to hold each end of the band here, keeping up nice and tall so that core engaged. I'm just going to work into my biceps and bend the elbows and relax back down. And again, bending the elbow and relax. So you can have as much tension or as little as you want. Good. Now make sure you're still keeping that center nice and steady, and you're not like really pulling up through that band. Your back shouldn't be arching, that should be staying nice and still. And the elbows bending and controlling, straightening that band back down. Well done. And again, bending and lowering. Let's do 8 more. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And one, well done, and relaxing that band down. We're going to step off that band. I'm going to keep the band in between my hands. I'm just going to have a little bit of tension through the band. Again, neck nice and tall, shoulders down. And I'm just going to open out the band and then coming back. So my elbows staying roughly in towards my side, not jammed into my side, but they're not going outwards. We're opening out those hands and folding back. Good, and again, opening out and back. Breathing out and back. Good. And again. And back. Lovely. A few more here. Opening out and back. Good. And again. Opening out and folding back. Well done. Good. Last couple. Well done. And one more. And back. Well done. Relaxing those arms down. Good. Now again, we're going to keep a little bit of tension through that band. I'm going to step forwards with one foot. We're going to alternate feet we step forwards with. And I'm going to bring my arm back into that Y type stretch. So I'm going to step forwards with my foot and I'm going to reach my arm up and above my head and then stepping back. Good. So a little bit of tension through that band as you're raising up. Good. And stepping back. And again, opposite leg, reaching forwards, stepping forwards and back. Well done. And again, reaching forwards and back. Just keeping that little bit of tension through the band, not really trying to pull through it, but we're keeping that tension just to get those muscles working. Reaching up and stepping back. Good. And again, reaching forwards and back. So just a little step forward, at the same time bringing those arms up. Good. And again. Lovely. And down. Reaching up. And back. Let's just do one more step forward each side. So two more. We're going to reach up and down. Well done. Last time. Reaching up and back. Very good. Well done. Okay, so we're going to keep hold of the band. I'm going to reach our hands up again towards the ceiling. We're going to drop over to one side and then come round in a big circle, that round the world stretch, and lifting back up. Good. We're going to drop over to the other side, come around in that circle, and then lifting up. So just keeping those hands that same distance apart. And again, reaching over to that side, come around in that circle, and then lifting back up. Good. Opposite side, dropping over, come around in that circle, and then lifting back up. Well done. And relaxing those arms back down. Well done. Relaxing those shoulders. Okay, so we're going to pop that band down. Use it again a bit later. I'm going to go into some roll downs from here. So come to the end of my mat. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor, just as far as you feel comfortable. Then on the out breath, we're going to gently restack, coming back up into standing. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end there. And then as you breathe out, slowly coming back up into standing. Well done. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, just tuck that chin down, just curl down through the upper spine, rolling gently down towards the floor. Breath at the end there. Then as you breathe out, slowly coming back up into standing. Well done. Okay, now this time we're going to roll down and come all the way into 4-point kneeling. So you can take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck that chin down. Again, slowly rolling down towards the floor. Just soften your knees when you get to your end point, and then we're going to walk our hands forward and we're going to slowly come down into 4-point kneeling, and we're going to continue our class from here. Okay, so we're going to continue here into 4-point kneeling. So I just want you to have your hands just in front of those shoulders here, knees underneath those hips. We're going to tuck that tailbone under, that belly button just drawn up towards the spine, so that back's nice and flat there as well. So we're going to start with our swimming movement. So I want you to take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to extend one leg, so extending through that hip, and then fold back. Good. And again, opposite side, reaching away and folding back. Good. And again, reaching away and fold back. Good. Now, if you can, we're going to add in our opposite arm reach. We're going to reach opposite arm, opposite leg, and fold back. But if that feels too much, you can just stick with just the leg and folding back, or just your arms. So reaching away, fold back. So we're going to breathe out as we reach away, breathe in as you fold back. Breathe out as you reach away, Breathe in as you fold back. Breathe out, reaching away. Breathe in as you fold back. And again. Breathe in to fold back. And again. Breathe out as you reach away. Breathe in to fold back. Breathe in to fold back. Well done. And again. Reaching away and folding back. Very good. And back. And again, reaching away and folding back. And again, reach away and fold back. Very good. A few more here. Reaching away, keeping that nice and level through that back. Well done. Let's do one more each side. Reaching away and folding back. And again. And then folding back from there. Well done. Okay, so hands still just in front of those shoulders here. We're going to do our double forearm press. So we're going to lower those forearms together down towards the mat. So we're going to drop down and lift up. And again, drop down and lift up. Good. And again, dropping down, lift up. Well done. Let's do 8 more. So we're going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Coming back up into that 4-point kneeling position. Let's come off those arms, have a little stretch and drop into that child pose. So we just reach those hands forward, have a little stretch to those shoulders here and that upper back. So we're going to take a breath in, and as we breathe out, relaxing down. Well done. And again, breath in, and as you breathe out, relaxing out from there. Well done. So we're going to come back into 4-point kneeling. We're going to make sure those hands are a little bit further in front of those shoulders from here. We're going to tuck our toes under, and we're going to start with our leg pulling prone. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we just hover those knees above and then lower back down. So taking that little bit more pressure through those arms, making them work a little bit harder. So breath in. As you breathe out, lift up. Breath in to hold. As you breathe out, lower down. So it's not a big lift. Breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, breath in to hold. As you breathe out, lower down. So that's an option you can stick with if that feels enough. Or if you can, we're going to breath in. As you breathe out, lift up. Then we're going to come forwards over those hands. Breath in to hold. Then as you breathe out, lowering back with those knees bent, lower down to the floor. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, reach forwards. Breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, lowering back down to that star. Well done. One more here. Breath in. As you breathe out, lift up, reach forwards. Breath in. And as you breathe out, lowering back down. Now I've got one more layer to add if you can, but stick with either of those previous options if that feels enough. But if you can, we're going to lift up, reach forwards, hold that here. And with my right leg, I'm going to fold it in and reach it back. And then I'm going to bring it across to my opposite elbow, reach it back and lower down. Other leg, we're going to fold in, reach back, reach to that opposite elbow, reach back, and then lower that leg down, folding back to that star. Well done. Let's see if we can do that again. So lift up, reach forwards, hold that there. With that one leg, we're going to reach in, fold back out to the opposite elbow and out, and then lower that leg down. Other leg, we're going to fold in, reach out, opposite elbow and reach out. Lower down and then lowering that leg back down. See if we can do one last time. We're going to lift up, reach forwards, hold that there, and we're going to fold in, reach out. Knee to opposite elbow, reach out and lower. Other leg, fold in, reach out. Opposite elbow, reach out, lower down and then lowering back to that start. Well done. Let's drop down. One more stretch here. Dropping down that bottom onto those heels, have a nice stretch out. Let's have a nice breather. Breathing in and out. And again, breath in and out from here. Just relaxing those shoulders down, good. And again, breath in and out. Relaxing down, very good. Okay, so walk those hands back up. All right, so we're going to come round into sitting from here. So just coming into a seated position. So we're going to grab our band now if you've got one. So if you want to use it. And we're going to hook it around our feet here. Just the centre of that band, just hooking that around into your feet. Now we're going to start with an exercise called the plough, and we're going to bring our arms down by your side. If you find that your arms are too long, then you can just if you sit on one of your blocks, just to lift you up that little bit more, that can help. So just pick if you need to do that. Otherwise, we're going to have our hands down along our side of our body, just in front of us here. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, I just want you to bring those hands along the side of that body and then relaxing off. So a little bit of tension through that band, and we're going to pull those arms back, good, and then forwards. So we're just bringing those arms back here, kind of shoulder setting, and then forwards. And again, bring those back, neck staying tall, and forwards. Good, and again, so bringing those arms back, and forwards. And again, pulling those arms back, and forwards. So it's just quite a subtle movement. Good, and forwards. Well done. And again, pulling back, keeping that chest nice and open. Well done. And forwards. Lovely. Last few. And forwards. Well done. And again. And let's do one more time. And relaxing back off. Well done, very good. Okay, so we're going to stick with our band and do a few upright shoulder rows here. So we're going to bring our hands at that shoulder height here. And then we're going to bring those elbows wide, so pulling that band back, and then we're going to reach those arms forward. Good, and again, pulling the band back, widen those elbows, pulling forwards again. So pulling back and coming forwards. Good, so pulling back and forwards. Good, and again, pull back and gliding forwards. Well done, and forwards. Let's do 5 more here. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gliding forwards, relaxing those arms back down. Well done. Okay, so we're going to bring in our trunk muscles, our abdominal muscles a little bit, because they're also important with movements into our shoulder. And we go into our rollbacks here. So I want you to have the band still, just with a little bit of tension on it. We're going to keep up nice and tall. Breath in. As you breathe out, we need to roll back just as far as you feel like those tummy muscles kicking in here. And then we're going to slowly come back up into sitting. Good. And again, so we're just rolling back just where you feel those tummy muscles kicking in, and then gently restacking back up nice and tall. And again, rolling back and then gently restacking, coming up nice and tall. Good. And again, rolling back and then gently restacking, coming up nice and tall. And again, rolling back and then restacking, nice and tall. Good. And again, rolling back, restacking, nice and tall. And again, rolling back and then restacking, nice and tall. Lovely. Last few here. Restacking, nice and tall. Lovely. And again, restacking, nice and tall. Let's do 1 more. Rolling back and then restacking, coming up nice and tall there. Well done. So take that tension off the band, and I want you to put it behind you now. So it's going to go across your mat here, so we're going to roll down and lie onto it, and I want it to come roughly at the base of those shoulder blades area. So we're going to roll down, we can move it when we come down, and just bring that band so it's at the base around that shoulder blade area from here. Okay, so I have our knees bent up, so feet and knees that hip distance apart. I'm just going to grab the ends of my band here. That's it, and just grab them into my hands. Good, just tilt that pelvis forwards and back. So we're in that neutral position. Ribs are soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there. Okay, so we're going to stretch those hands up towards the ceiling. So I've got a little bit of tension into that band here. So just have it as tight as you want to. Okay, so make sure those shoulders aren't rounding with that band, those shoulders still staying down onto the mat here. And we're going to go into our arm scissors. So we're going to reach one arm back above your head and then folding back. So as I said before, the band should be roughly behind that base of that shoulder blade region. That's a guide. And again, reaching back and forwards. So we've got a little bit of tension onto that band. So we're reaching down back and forwards. Not letting those ribs flare, we're still keeping that core control. So reach the arm back and forwards. And again, reaching back and forwards. Good, and again, reach back and forwards. Lovely. Reaching back and forwards. Good. And forwards, and again, reach back and forwards. Lovely. Good. Reach back and forwards. Last few. Nice and controlled. Well done. Excellent. Reaching back and forwards. Good. Let's do one more each side. Reaching back and forwards, and the other side and forward. So hands staying up towards that ceiling there, and we want to go into that little shoulder row again. So we're going to bring those elbows down wide, okay, and then we're going to push up towards the ceiling. So you get that little bit of tension as you're pushing up back towards the ceiling. Drop those elbows wide, reaching up. Good. Dropping down and reaching up. It's kind of a chest press movement here. Good. And again, pushing up and pulling down. So you want that little bit of tension as you're lifting up and stretching those arms forward. Make sure those shoulders aren't rolling forwards though. We're still keeping them down onto that mat, and those arms are reaching forwards. Good. So I'm not sort of rounding my shoulders as I'm coming up. Pushing up and down. Well done. Last few here. Good. And let's just do one last one. And one. And then lowering back down from there. Well done. And just take that tension off the band from there. Okay, so we're going to just go into our bridge movement, but we're going to combine a little bit of an arm movement in from here as well. So I'm going to reach my arms above my head from here if you can. And we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to lift up into that bridge. And as you lift up, I want you to bring those arms down by your side. Good. On that out breath, as we lower back down, we're going to slide those arms back up to above your head. Good. And again, lifting up. Bring those arms down. Breath in. As you breathe out, lifting them back up and above your head. Good. So it's sort of like a circle. Dropping down those arms, lift that bottom up. Good. And then sliding those arms back up. And again. Good. And sliding back up. Lovely. Now this time I want you to, as you lift up into that bridge, we're going to bring our arms straight down towards the mat. Good. Breath in to hold. As you breathe out, reach the arms back up. Drop that bottom back down. Good. Breath in. As you breathe out, dropping down. Breath in. As you breathe out, reaching back. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, reach back. And down. Good. And again. Reaching down. Lovely. Last couple. Good. And dropping down. Let's do one last time. Reaching up. And dropping down. Well done. And then gently float those arms back down to that start. Very good. Okay, so we're just going to stretch a little bit through the hamstrings here. We're going to reach that leg up towards the ceiling, toe up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to flex the foot, lower that leg down, point the toes lifting up. So just have a little gentle stretch through the back of the leg. Point the toes up, flex the foot, lower down. Point the toes lifting up, flexing, lower down. Well done. And lowering. Well done. And again. And down. Very good. Last few, lifting and lowering. Well done. One more time, lift up and lower. Well done, float that leg and then lowering back down. Good, same on the other side. So toe up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to flex the foot, lower the leg down, point the toes lifting up. Flex the foot, lower down, point the toes lift up. Good. And lowering, point the toes lift up, flexing to lower, just to gently lengthen through the back of the leg where we've worked as well here. Good, lowering down, point the toes lift up, flexing to lower. Well done, last few. Lifting and lowering one more time. Floating back to that start, bend the knee, lower that leg back down, very good. So arms down by your side or out to the side of you if you can. So we just really sort of open out through the front of that chest here as well. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to drop those knees over to one side and I want you to turn that head to the opposite side. So just rotate all the way through that spine and that neck, then lifting back up, dropping those knees over, turning that head to that opposite side, gently coming back up and over in that opposite direction. So we're just lifting up, dropping over, rotating gently to one side, lift up and over onto that opposite side. And again, drop those knees over, turn that head, gently coming back up, drop those knees over and rotate to that opposite side. And again, drop the knees over, turning that head, gently rotating, coming back up and over to that opposite direction. Well done. Last few here, rotating side to side. Good. One more time, dropping over, coming back to that centre and bring those arms back down by your side. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come back up into sitting just to finish off from here. So just move that band over to one side. We're not going to use it again now. And just sitting comfortably, either legs crossed or legs out in front. Relax those shoulders down. We're just going to start with those hands just gently in towards your chest here. And then we're going to open out, squeeze the shoulder blades gently and then back. And again, so just opening out that chest and back. So really opening out, more key to open out through the front of that shoulder here. So we're opening there and back. Well done. Good. And then let's bring those arms a bit wider. So open out, reach away, and then folding back. And again, open out, reach away, and then fold back. Good. Last few here. Reach away and fold back. Good. And again, open out, reach away, and fold back. Good. Last couple. Reach away and folding back. Well done. Last time. And then folding back. Well done. So this time we're going to float our hands up towards shoulder height. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to reach one arm around and back and then gently back to that start. And again, opening out around and back and then gently back to that start. Good. So rotating around gently side to side from here. Opening around and back. And again, moving around and forwards. So just gently opening out through that chest. Rotating through that upper spine. So just breathing out as you come around. Breathe in, fold back. Lovely. Good. Last few. And back. Well done. Very good. Do one more each side. And again. And then relaxing those arms back down. Well done. Just roll those shoulders around here. Rocking them gently here. And then just dropping them down. And we're just going to drop that chin down towards your chest. Just feel that lengthening through the back of the neck here. Breathe in. And then we're just going to slowly sort of roll up through that neck, lifting up back into sitting. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, just drop that chin down, just rolling that neck down. Feel that stretch through the back of the neck here. And then slowly lifting back up into that seated position. Let's do one more of those. Breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, just curling down through that spine, stretching through that neck. Well done. And then gently lifting back up. Fantastic. Relax those shoulders down. Well done. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the class today. Thanks for joining me and see you again soon.